Hello, hello, hello. Hey, welcome to Big Purpose Mastermind. Super excited to have you on today's session. Really cool stuff. So this week is all Clint Pulver week. Really awesome stuff. I'm so excited about today, especially if you feel that you have a big purpose inside. You have some life's work, some mission to accomplish, and you're not exactly sure what that is. You feel it inside. Maybe you've got that little voice in the back of your head or in your heart telling you that you are meant for more and that you're supposed to be out there serving other people, but you're not sure how to do that. Today's session will be for you. Super excited to share the things that I have experienced and the things that I have learned and observed with Clint. So with that, let me just jump back to a couple of things so that you kind of know what's going on. First of all, this Big Purpose Mastermind, this is an online show for anyone who feels like they have a calling, a mission, a purpose in life, and they want to see what the masters of influence are doing so that they can learn how to show up themselves and be able to really connect with others and create that difference that they know that they were meant to make. So this week we have been looking at Clint Pulver as a master of influence. Oh my goodness, he is absolutely amazing. On Monday, so day one, we talked about his origin story, where he came from and kind of what catapulted him into what he's doing now. Really awesome stuff. You want to go back and watch that. We looked at his Be a Mr. Jensen video that's been seen like on YouTube. It says 1.4 million times. I think there are bigger numbers out there because he shows it as anyway. Awesome stuff. Then day two, Tuesday, we talked about overcoming obstacles. You're really going to want to check that out, especially if you have any challenges that you are currently working on that you want to overcome. On day three, Wednesday, we talked about how he's using video to accomplish his big purpose. Today, we're going to take a little different twist on that and talk about his innovative video strategies. By the way, yesterday's stuff was really awesome with his Undercover Millennial, where he shows, kind of pulls back the curtain on how he created some of those videos. Really cool stuff. And then tomorrow we get to meet Clint. He's going to be in for an interview, so make sure you come back here tomorrow. It'll be 10 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Mountain time. You definitely want to catch that interview with Clint. So with that, let me just push this over here. And then let me do a little bit of a share to get you started for today. So today's quote of the day is, "Don't look for society to give you permission to be yourself." Isn't that awesome? Steve Maraboli said that. I love that. Okay, so if you are the kind of person that feels like you have this calling, this mission, this life's work to accomplish, and you're not sure how to do it or even what it is, and then you feel stuck, you feel trapped, you feel like this whole internal conflict, you've got this big thing to accomplish, but where do you take the next step? How do you even move forward? What we're going to talk about today is going to be super helpful. Now, actually, let me just share with you. By the way, if you're watching this live, give me a hashtag live in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay so that I kind of know, which audiences to address any different questions to. Now with that, okay, so there are a couple of things that I want to share with you. We've talked this week about using trusted source video. That's what helps you serve, sell, and scale. Okay, well, that's all fine and good if you know who your audience is. Another component, another part of the framework really is this idea of the Spotlight 1000 strategy. And actually, if you are testing out your message, if you're not really sure what your message is and you're just trying to find who your audience is that resonates with the kind of information that you have, the kind of experiences that you have had, the kind of transformation that you could provide to others as they're trying to get over the challenges going on in their lives. Okay, and there are 4 steps to this. First of all, you show up, you stand out, you speak up, and you serve right. Now, I have that as the Spotlight 1000 strategy because really to have a thriving online business, you only need to have 1,000 raving fans. And, if you catch my free class, you'll understand the, all the implications of that and how that all works. But really, you only need to have 1,000. Well, to get started, you really only need to have 10. So if you can find those 10 people that truly resonate with your message and what you're about, you can figure out kind of who you're serving and how you're serving and what you bring to them. Now, I'm going to share some stuff that Clint has done, and I think he's been remarkable. he's done stuff that I tell people to do and try and coach them on. And that is that he uses video like an entrepreneur would, like a never give up entrepreneur would. So if you think about entrepreneurs, they get paid for solving other people's problems. And a lot of times entrepreneurs, they'll start out their business and they don't have it all fleshed out. They don't know exactly how everything's going to work. They think it could be this, and they start off here, and then that doesn't work out. So they pivot, and that doesn't work out. So they pivot again, and that doesn't work out. But each time they get just a little bit closer to finding their audience, finding the right connection with people and the right messaging, the whole package. But it's all of these little trial and error sorts of things. Well, Clint uses video like an entrepreneur would. I coach people how to do this themselves, how to record themselves so that they can test this out in a very low cost of entry sort of thing. It's not this huge investment. When you hire a video crew, sometimes like that's a huge investment, and then you try it and it doesn't work, and you're like, oh man, I'm stuck. I've just wasted everything, and I've done that before. So that's why I coach people to learn how to record themselves. And anyway, you can get into my stuff if you're interested in that. Clint actually went a different direction. He uses video to pivot, but he was really smart and judicious in how he would use that as an entrepreneurial tool device. So we're going to look at a few of his videos on, where he was testing out a few messages to see what would work with people. So with that, let me share with you. Let's see, which video did I want to share first? I think this one. Burp. Let me just see if that's right. Okay, I think that's right. Oh, by the way, if I forgot to mention this, I kind of ran down the week, and if you missed any of his previous episodes and you want to catch those, just go to schoolofhumanity.tv and you'll get access in there. You'll see Clint's week down here. He's above Mel Robbins, or below Mel Robbins, Marie Forleo, Les Brown, and you can also catch all of theirs. Schoolofhumanity.tv, absolutely free. Okay, so here is how Clint has been using video as an entrepreneur. Okay, he tries out these messages, and if they don't work, he pivots. But when he tried out the messages, well, okay, spoiler, he filmed a lot of this at the same time. And he tried this, and he tried this, and he tried this, but he used his investment. So when he had a video crew together, he had it all planned out as to what aspects of that video he wanted to accomplish so that he could try these different audiences and see what would work with him. So let me just play a little bit of this.
To speak at a junior high or a high school, I have 3 different topics that I can speak on. First is the student leadership message, which is generally geared for student government.
Okay, so he's stating right at the beginning of this video, when I speak at a high school or whatever, like he's announcing, here's who I am. I'm a speaker. I speak at high schools. I'm in youth leadership. Actually, I should pull up this on his YouTube channel. Each one of these is labeled something different, and this one is called Youth Motivational Speaker Program. Actually, he says, like, he calls himself an expert, I think, in youth motivational speaking. Okay, but he states what it is that he's there for, and then he gives some of this social proof.
Conferences or things like FBLA, DECA, FCCLA, 4-H, and FFA programs. The second topic that I speak on is an anti-bullying keynote, which is generally for the whole student body.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, and then he's got like B-roll. That's the action shots of him actually speaking in front of people, and so you can see the social proof. He's got testimonials in there of other people that are listening to him and saying, "Oh man, he's great." Okay, so that was video 1. Let me show this video to you. He also, thought, okay, maybe what I can speak on is teacher burnout. I know a lot about teachers. I do a lot with schools and things. So he created this video. Some of it was shot at the very same time, and we'll play some of this. So
the reason for going into this to be an educator and a teacher, and he told a very touching story that brought it just so real to the faculty. I think it just kind of brought them back to the reason that they became a teacher, to influence kids' lives. That's why they got into this profession, and they have the opportunity to change lives. And it was amazing.
For the first time in my life, I felt like I was the kid that had no purpose. I had no direction. I had no idea what I was going to do, what I was going to become, how I was going to make money, let alone do something that I actually enjoyed doing.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it there. Okay, he's doing some really cool. I love that he has Connie Edwards in here giving a testimonial. He is, this video is about teacher burnout. So he wants to be able to speak to more teachers. I got to stop at one other section here. Where did that go? This. Come on. There we go. I got to stop here because this is my cute wife right here. Yeah, he was in her classroom. This is her student government. She is a teacher at Wasatch High. And one more little secret. Tomorrow is our 27th anniversary. Woo! That is my big win. That is my big purpose. That is my cute lady there. When Clint did this filming, he filmed a bunch of things at the same time. So we tried out, okay, is speaking to teachers, is that my thing? Is that, the right audience for me? Here is another video. Again, so these are my wife's students here. And you can see them on the front row as he's sharing this message. Again, he's piling on this shoot so that he can connect with different people and show different audiences. Here he is announcing I'm a top youth motivational speaker. So let's play a little bit of this.
The opportunity to connect with the youth, to have an opportunity to connect with people, and to hopefully influence them, to allow them to go and change their own life. From the moment that Clint walked out on stage.
Testimonial?
Kids
okay, you've seen this guy before?
They were with him the whole time.
If there was no camera rolling or anything like that, I'd be telling you, man, Clint is worth his weight in gold.
Okay, he's got great testimonials. He's got people talking about how awesome he is as a youth speaker. And then I believe I have one more. Let's see. Oh, look, there's that guy. We just saw him, right? So he piled these videos together. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here is one that has him as a millennial corporate leadership program speaker. So now he's talking about corporations. He's talking about how do I get into businesses and speak there. So let's just play a little bit of this.
We want ongoing conversations versus.
Okay.
They want development over satisfaction.
He's talking about millennials.
Conversations versus just an annual review. Help me to see my strengths versus my weaknesses. We don't want managers. We want mentors. Now, I don't necessarily consider myself one of the many millennial speakers or someone that even talks about the problems of working with millennials. I talk about mentorship. And specific.
Okay, so he uses this video to test out this audience, and each one, again, he's using video like an entrepreneur would. Trying it, hits a roadblock. Oh, that didn't quite work, or that didn't quite resonate. And with each one of these, he's able to test out his message, test out his audience, test out if he's getting booked, test out if he's getting paid. All of these things. I'll surround actually having an audience, actually having a business, being able to make a living, making a difference. Okay, Clint does an amazing job as he uses video to test all of these things, to try them out, and to see what works and what doesn't. You can do this too. This is the point of this. You can absolutely use video like an entrepreneur would. Use it as a tool where you can prototype. What I like to tell people is prototype it. Try and get it like 80% there. Don't create perfect videos. Create something that gets the message, gets the point across, and that you can send it out quickly and be able to see if that works. Does it really land with people? Now, if you caught yesterday's mastermind session, you found that he really found his audience, and it was in the millennial. It was him as the undercover millennial, and what he does is he speaks to corporations about how to retain employees and how to really engage with them and understand what it is that they want. And he did that by going undercover. He filmed this. The film quality is exceptional. The storytelling is amazing. Clint has figured out who he is, who his audience is, how to serve them. And by doing this as tests, he was able to narrow that down so that when he launched his book in April of this year, this is June 3rd right now. He is already on his second printing. Okay, he has figured out a few things, and he's using video to do that. He's using video to test his audience, his message, and really see what works for them. You can do this too. Okay, with all of this, you can do this. I hope that you understand in these mastermind sessions, we are looking at these masters of influence, people who are making remarkable progress. Again, if you have missed any of the previous sessions, go to schoolofhumanity.tv. You can catch Marie Forleo, Meg Johnson, Les Brown, Mel Robbins, and yes, Clint Pulver is in there. And yes, you want to tune in tomorrow because we have Clint Pulver coming here for an interview. And with that, I just want to remind you that yes, you do have a big purpose. You do have a life's calling, a mission, something to accomplish in this world. And if you use video remarkably like an entrepreneur would, you can try a bunch of different things and finally connect with those that truly need what you've got. With that, we'll see you in School of Humanity.